a collective consciousness. So if you do not like what you see, you have to become what it is that you want to see, be, experience, and express. Happy new and beautiful day. Welcome to Changing of the Mindset podcast, as well as Divine Words of Wisdom Official, where many different levels of consciousness has the ability and the opportunity to move in the essence of their purest authenticity without any judgment. Happy new and beautiful day, and welcome. Let me get these disclaimers. Out and about and out of the way. All right. I do not own the rights to the music playing in the background of this live stream. It is being streamed for fair use for news and for entertainment and educational purposes. I am not here to tell anybody what to do or how to be. I'm only here to example and move in the essence of how I understand my now moment. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, because you are very well capable of creating your own relative reality how you so see fit to do so. But I am here to give you guys something to think about, right? But I'm not here to tell any of you what to do or how to be, because you're very capable to do that on your own accord. And any content creator, any celebrity, any public official, any political official, or anybody for that matter that I speak upon on this platform, all information is heavily alleged, for I was not there to account or attest to any information that has been placed out there for public consumption. So it could be, it could be not. I don't know. I was not there. I'm only utilizing that information or facilitating that information to use as an example, to have public awareness, or to give an opinion based upon it. But anything other than that, it is heavily alleged. And last but not least, I move on the foundation, the premise, the understanding 360 degrees on divine unconditional love. And anything or any platform that I grace the presence on, to include my own, it is moved from the premise of divine unconditional love. All right. We are here. We are in the house. I'm so divinely grateful for each and every one of you that is choosing to tune into my frequency. And what we're about to do right now, I'm going to get into what this title is saying. It says, set your intentions and pay with your attention. And we're going to get into this title. I wanted to take, once again, I had an opportunity by the initiation of Cosmos, because as I said earlier, I'm in the process of writing this book and different things of that nature. So I'm not really dedicated to being on social media as often as I used to be, because I'm reallocating my time into a different focus. But I did have a chance to watch partially some of Neuro Knowledge's latest upload to his channel. And I wanted to kind of expound a little bit on that, in terms of how I understand what it is that he was saying, and put it in my own perspective of repertoire of understanding, because I think it's very significant for those who are really in what their perception of a rut is, and they really want to get out of it. And I think that awareness is key and essential for any of us to afford ourselves the ability to have a reality that we truly desire to experience, right? State of being, state of awareness is very key and is very essential. But I think that if we can place that understanding in a way, a comprehensible way, so that it can be applied, because we can have all the information as we want to have all the information. The information can be there, but two things is how can we understand a complex situation more simplified, and then once we understand the simplification of it to garner us the same result, how can we apply it to our experience so that we can begin to result ourselves in the desired reality that we, so desire to experience. And I think a lot of times, it is a compilation of many different things, primarily how we see ourselves, how we see society, how we understand, overstand society, and everything that is brought forth to us, even from an adolescence. How do we, when we were growing up, how were we taught, or what environment kind of sculptured us to believe in a certain way, right? And so we're here to bring all of this together so that we can really have a true sense of understanding of, how to begin to create our true desired reality. I think that a lot of people want to have that understanding. They're in a situation, they're looking around and seeing others, achieve realities. Hi, discovering my truth, gratitude. Welcome. Thank you for divinely tuning in. I am so divinely grateful to have you, and welcome. So, there are so many, realities that are out there. And so we sit back in beautiful beginnings to you as well. I'm so divinely grateful. Thank you for being here. So we sit back in observation, and we, have an admiration or whatever, it is within us. When we sit back and we watch others experiencing realities that we sometimes think that is, not obtainable, and which I'm here to bring some sense of understanding that these particular realities are obtainable. Okay, they are obtainable, but it's all about you and how you understand your now moment, how you see yourself. And also, these are the two, most important things in which cultivates your reality. So sometimes we sit back on the sideline and we think that, oh boy, it would be nice to have this reality. It would be nice to own, this place, or to be a part of this structure. And you can be a part of this structure, but you first have to deal with what's internally within you. Somebody's giving me some love. Let me do the jot down. Let's see who this is. Hey, Mr. Overeed. I know that's Mr. Overeed. Hi, my beautiful friend. Hi, my beautiful friend. Hi, Haas. Gratitude. Peace, Goddess. Dope title. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Gratitude, and welcome. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. I am so divinely grateful to have you, and welcome. Hi, my friend. That's Mr. Overeed. Hi, my beautiful friend. Welcome. My two gracious, beautiful friends are here. My three beautiful friends are here. I'm so divinely grateful. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. So we're going to get into it today. I've decided to dedicate not a long period of time, because I'm still trying to keep myself acclimated to a schedule, a regimen of a schedule, so that I can organize, and stay focused on the prize. Oh, that kind of rhymes, what I said. I gotta say that again. I can prioritize, organize to keep and stay focused on the prize. Okay, you know what? I gotta set that up. Indeed, right? So I just want to. I know, fire, and I'm very, very grateful. So. I want to talk about this thing, and I say he likes my title, so I'm so grateful. Set your intentions and pay with your attention. Yes, and so what it rhymes. It does. It really does. I was like right on time, Mr. Overeed. I was like, yeah. So it was something that I watched, Neuro Knowledge's video. And so, I only got to watch half of it because it's an hour long, and I dedicated some minutes to, thank you, Haas. I dedicated some time to listen to his video, and up to the point I got to, the little that I was able to capture from what it was saying, because I was in a different mental mind, but I was able to capture some of the things that he was saying. And he was talking about, how setting an intention is a deficit, and paying attention is the abundance of, of the a currency that is utilized to create reality, right? That is the energy source, force, essence that is allocated in abundance to pay for any reality that you are commencing to experience, in this waking experience, right? So I thought about what he said, and I was like, that is a partial agreement on that particular aspect, because if you set intentions, that means that you're setting your goals, you're setting the intentions on focus creates the flow, indeed, right? And so Haas says, let me say his name. Haas says, focus creates the flow, right? Indeed. I mean, whatever it takes to get you to understand that your creational, you are the essence of the co-creational value that is creating the reality by how you understand it, internalize it. Thus, what it's going to will begin to project it. I mean, it's, these are the variables on an everyday account, even in a reality that you are unaware of, even in a reality that you may not prefer, but it's still, even if it's not a preferred reality, it's still an agreed reality by how you understand the reality that you've already created, right? And so, I want to, a lot of times we sit back in admiration and we watch others, have the life that we want to have, and at some capacity we begin to feel that it's not obtainable. And as long as you have that feeling that it's not obtainable, because remember, the feeling is the emotional charge that amplifies the frequency to bring it into manifestation or to bring it into physical form. So if you have these amplification of charges of feeling less than or inadequate, or in a, how can I say, a spirit of lack, or an energetic version of lack, then that's what you are paying currency. You're paying with your energy, with your attention, because your attention that is amplified through emotion, right, is paying for a reality that you do not prefer. And so you're paying for a reality of how you see yourself, which don't afford you a reality, because you feel that reality that you are in admiration of is so far removed, and it's right at your front door. It's right there with you. You just have to see that to be a fact, so that you now can set the intention and pay with it with your attention, right? Because now you're going to focus on the essence of what the preferred reality is, and you're going to be eagle-eye focused on it, right? And so, one of the things, I did a reel yesterday, I did a reel last night with a song that came so perfectly in alignment with who I am. And I really want you guys to take a listen to that song that I put on the very last reel, the latest reel that I uploaded. And it's called Inner Vision, right? I've lived so many different levels, all attainable from my past. Indeed, absolutely. Because if you depending on where you are, a lot of us have to kind of somewhat, they call it healing, but I want to kind of take out the healing aspect and keep it in an essence of energy. We have to vibrate and migrate out of vibrational thoughts that prohibit us vibrationally from attuning to realities that we prefer. And sometimes, like I said, it's good to have ebbs and flows, create your own equilibrium in polarity. So therefore, that when you do, have some, hiccups and different things of that nature, it's not as traumatic. Because imagine to give you the reason why balance or an equilibrium is, essential, is because let's say you've had this run of, success, and you've known success for like forever, and it's like that's all that it is, and then all of a sudden something catastrophic happened, then you're like, oh my God. And this is what happens when people back in the day, when the Great Depression came about, and were millionaires, and all of a sudden they were like at zero, and then they were jumping to their deaths and different things of that nature, because the change was just so drastically different that they could not, the essence of them could not compute the drastic differences that had just commenced, right? So you want to kind of somewhat main ebbs and flows. You got some high points, you got some low points, but you find the way to work the middle, right? It fine tunes your awareness. Yes, it does. It really truly does. And it makes you okay with all possibilities, right? You're not as how can I say, like I say, if something was, I've been at the low for so long that if something happened in the low, I'm familiar with the low. And then the high now, the high part of the essences of it is what I'm achieving. But I know that in the essence of, doing that, I'm having ebbs and flows. I know how to maintain equilibrium. You know what I'm saying? Like a balance or equilibrium, even when I'm achieving a reality that is at a different vibrational situation. Right, you're not as attached. Yes, indeed, Mr. Overett. Yes, you're not as attached. And that's the key. It's not for, this experience is not for us to it's for us to experience, but people feel that the experience is so damn real, to which it is, because it's real energy that is creating the illusionistic reality. But nevertheless, we're not supposed to become attached to it. So, don't be, no expectations. Exactly. Right. The only expectation you could have is of yourself. So that way, if you don't do something that you expected yourself to do, you're not as greatly disappointed, because it's you. Shit, nobody ain't got to know. You just look around and see, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? And then you just do it, you just do it all over again. But like when you start expecting from an external perspective, yeah, you might get, you might get a couple of disappointments, more so than not, in the essence of that. So, just move in the essence of the ebbs and the flows, maintain the equilibrium. Bliss itself, it is true fact. In my most humblest of opinion, in agreement with you, Mr. Overett, I absolutely concur. And I think that, a lot of times what happens, we don't see the worthiness within ourselves, or the happiness within ourselves, or the vibrant aspect of ourselves, because we attune ourselves to how the reality is projecting itself. And we're so, visibly engrossed in that reality through belief. And so therefore it kind of compromises, in a sense, how we want to experience our reality. And I think that once we begin to really, because, as I grow, like I said, I'm growing with you guys. And don't forget now, I got my book coming out. So I'm looking for y'all to help a sister out and patronize, be a good patron to this book, because it's going to have some of my most in-depth experiences that I've learned, that I can actually attest to in my growth process. And I'm sharing that information no different than, very candidly, no different than what I'm doing here. But nevertheless, well, thank you, Mr. Overett. Thank you, my beautiful friend. I'm grateful. I'm so excited. I'm so very excited. And I'm so glad that I'm on this schedule, you know what I'm saying? Because it really does help me keep my focus. So whatever it is that you need to do to keep your focus, it is essential, because when you, just like Haas said, thank you, discovering my truth. I know, so excited, so excited. Okay, get it together, girl. I'm so excited. It's because I write all the time. That's the thing. I write all the time. But now these particular types of compilations of things that I've already written, things that are coming from me, flowing from me fluidly now, I think it's, I know it's going to be beautiful. It's beautiful for me, and I'm sure that will transcend onto others that will be able to appreciate it. So I'm very, very excited, and I'm very, very grateful at the same time. Thankful and grateful at the same time. But yes, so the reality is not obtainable. It's just the fact of you are envisioning that the reality is not obtainable. And so Nero was saying that, intentions is a definite deficit, and attention is the, how can I say, the infinite aspect of energy, right? So you don't really want to set attention. You just want to pay attention into what it is that you, want of the desired reality. And so like Haas says, you want to maintain the focus, the flow of the focus, that beam of energy. So you know how you have a beam, you have a laser beam. And so the laser beam is laser focused on its target, right? It's like straight in the narrow, right? Even if it has to kind of like go at an angle where it bounce off of something to hit the direct target or whatever, you still want to put yourself in a position, right? No matter where that position is at. So even if it has to ricochet off of something else to hit the desired target, okay, so you got that perfected type of focus, laser focus, so that even if it ricochets off of something else, it hits the desired target. So your focus is very key and is very essential. So a lot of things of what your focus is contingent to sometimes is, how conversation commences. It's basically constant. Yes. And so this is the thing, right? So what distracts your focus? See, these are where the distractions are. So this is why there is so much distractions, because the distractions keep you from that laser focus, right? So Patrice, how do one live? You got to live. Okay, well, it's either. It's either you want to live vicariously, in which that is an option, right? However it comes, it comes. However it goes. That's an option, right? Or if you want to really create a desired reality, you got to focus. So all of the, living vicariously is, you can still live a little bit vicariously, but you still have to dedicate some of the essence of you towards the desired reality that you want to achieve. Hi, Sincere. He says, hey, Divine. I can hear you. Hey, Divine. Hi, Sincere. What's up? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. I am so divinely grateful to have you, and welcome. Herb lasers. What are herb lasers, Mr. Overett? I don't want the phone to get hot, you guys, so I had to take it off of the stand. What are herb lasers? Herb lasers? You gotta elaborate, my brother, elaborate. So, with that, so if you focus, okay, I got it now. Okay, I got it now. Should I repeat that? Oh, Jesus. All right, I got it. All right, so now we're going to understand, like, the it does. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing but a thing. Chicken wine. Ain't nothing but a thing. But I want us to, when I shop and I work out, see, that's, I've never done that. I've never, ever. Now, I've smelled it before because my kids, but I've never done it. And the interesting thing is, no matter how much it is around me, I have no desire to do it. I think that that's some of the most funkiest stuff that I've ever smelled. It's that and cigarettes and cigars. Like, I just think that I'm going to stink. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids and everybody smell it's not, it's funky to me. And then they breath, oh God, like, I can't take the smell of it. Blessings, Leather Flowers Design. Welcome. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. I'm so divinely grateful to have you, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, it's not for me. That's the truth. That is such a valuable truth, Miss. It ain't. It really truly isn't. But I'm not knocking those, that partake in that, but, because my kids swear by God. They swear by God for it, honey. They ain't putting that thing down for nothing. Shit, I think they'd rather do that than eat. So, it is what it is. But I really wanted to kind of somewhat, give you guys a different perspective, in terms of how to understand, attention, right? And they say wherever energy goes, wherever attention goes, energy flows. But I want to give you guys something that I wrote down. And I was going to use this as my title, but I said, damn, it's too long. So I didn't do it, but, because it was extremely long. But hold on, let me get to it. All right. So what I was saying is, focus on the desired reality that has your attention, right? Set your intentions and pay for your intentions with the universal currency of your attentions, right? So it's the same thing as saying, set your intentions and pay with your attention. Okay. And so, that's the key essential thing. It just lasers my perception and doesn't allow me to distraction. Oh, it tunes you out of it's a noise cancellation. Yes. Okay. Cancel out the noise. Cause right now
I'm having, like, for me, I'm trying to find space because I have a 4-bedroom house, and all of the bedrooms are occupied, right? Because I have people that stay with me. And so my husband has the garage, and so he has his music, right? It's a noise cancellation, indeed. My husband has his music, so he has the garage. So it's like my house, as beautiful as it is not conducive for what it is that I'm doing, because I need peace. I need silence. And this is why I stay in my car a lot of times. But what I want to do in my car is not really suffice for how I want to engage with my goals. Well, hello there, beautiful Miss Galaxy. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency, and welcome, beautiful. Gratitude for your presence. But yeah, so I get that fact of how it cancels out the noise so that you can kind of be laser focused on the reality that you truly do prefer to experience. And so I get that. Hey there, beautiful souls. Indeed. Gratitude, beautiful. Thank you for being here. So now I'm in the process of just trying to find that space, because I don't partake into those things. But I do need the space. So I get that having something that is going to cancel out the noise so that you can become laser focused on what it is that you truly on the desired reality. But like I said, we sit back in admiration and we watch other, beings, have the experiences that they are having. And so therefore we feel like, oh, they're lucky. Or, we come up with a whole lot of things that has compulated in our experiences where we could, agree to certain things that we believe in because of how we understand it. But, what if I say take all of that stuff out, right? Take all of that stuff out. Oh, they're lucky. Oh, they got the right connections, which it's true that they do have the right connections, but not in the vibration that we understand how those connections commence. They have the right vibrational connection, right? So they're in a vibratorial state where they can now become aligned with the tuning vibration that's going to afford them the reality. So yes, they have connections, but not in the matter as like who it's who you vibrationally align with, right? And so, that's the misconception in a lot of what we do, because we understand it from a mundane sense of understanding more so than an energetic sense of understanding. So yes, they do have divine connection, and the divine connection is affording them to become in alignment, energetic alignment, so that is going to afford them the reality that they are now shifting vibrationally into. So everything is going to come in alignment, draw all men. But you got to know that this is a truth. If we continue to move from a mundane sense of understanding that's going to stagnate the aligning factor of the reality, then it's going to be a very slowly progressive experience of you attaining that reality, right, that you truly desire. So, there are some things within yourself. You have to become the change that you want to see. And yes, there are some things, it's really simple, but yet the complexity that comes along with it is because of what we have already come into familiarity with, what we've made familiar, what we have normalized. And so now we got to make what we have normalized not normal anymore, and vibrate into a different, or integrate into a different vibrational essence, and normalize that so that we can begin to afford ourselves realities that we want to experience, right? So yes, set your intentions, right? And become focused with what you have set your intentions, and pay with your attention. Begin to focus on everything that is going to afford you the reality, whatever that is. And if you're not doubtful about thinking, because now you got to know your self-worth, you got to be confident. That's why I say the emotional charge. What now are you going to emotionally charge what you have set your attention, paid with your attention, and then emotionally charged that attention with, right? That energy with. That emotional charge now is going to amplify how that brings that into the reality. Okay? So those 3 things, yes, you set your eye on the prize, right? So now you're laser focused on it. Okay, so now that you're laser focused on it, what emotional value are you setting these intentions? Are you doubtful? Are you uncertain? Are there things in your mind that makes you feel that you're not able or capable of doing it? Because you're gonna have to clear that emotion out, because now you are you done paid for it, right, with your attention. But now, what energy vibration that you're going to pay, what energy vibration you're going to amplify that's going to bring that into your reality, that's going to make sure that comes. What energy? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to be uncertain? Are you going to be unsure? Are you going to, confused? Or are you going to be confident or convicted? Because confidence and conviction, those are the key essential things that you would need for that to come into the commencement in the vibration that you want to create the reality in. Okay, these are the differences, and I'm giving you what has been given to me of how I'm understanding my now moment. And yes, you're going to have to probably let some people go in your reality, or just kind of minimize your interaction with them if they are, really close to you, like your kids, your significant other, spouses, and different things of that nature that you have chosen to share your experience with. Right? But you're going to have to find a space for yourself, and be laser focused and cancel out the noise. The first thing my husband said to me this rise when I got up, because I just got up and said, I'm going to the beach. I just said, I'm going to the beach. Right? And so I had my earphones on. Right? And so the first thing my husband says to me, as soon as I took the earphones out, you just going to get up and go and don't see nothing in the house to do. That's the first thing. Not good morning. Not how you feeling, or whatever the case may be, because I got up out of the bed and said, you know what? I got up, set up, and I said, I'm going to the beach. Just like that. Something said, go to the beach. And that's where I'm at. I'm at the beach here. I'm at the beach. Let me show you guys. I'm in my spot, right? Y'all know my little beach spot that I normally go to, right? Yes, Miss Galaxy, create your reality. Yes. My husband always say distraction. Stay focused on the goal of the end goal. Yes, stay laser focused. Laser focused. So when he said that, I said I could either allow this to destroy my moment, or I can use it as a stepping stool to excel me into my moment. It's always a divine choice, right? So I'm not going to fall prey to the vibration that was afforded me in that statement, because that vibration it triggered. It could trigger you. And and I know that I've grown, because back in the day I would have responded in that same energy, but I didn't, because I said, my value and my worth is not for me to fall into that vibration. So, I'm looking at him and thanking him for the reminder of my growth. See, you can turn that frown upside down for yourself. You can either allow it to consume you, or utilize the value of that experience, and it will definitely show you where you have grown or where you still need to grow. Yes, let me see. Mr. Oversay, absolutely. That was a gasoline statement to me. I know, right? High octane. Yeah, see? But I didn't say a word, because in my mind, I was thinking, and I said I could either allow this to make me, or I can allow it to break me. And I chose to use it as a stepping stool, right? I said, thank you for showing me my growth, right? I did. I still left. I did. Now it didn't change the course of the action, because I stayed true to self, and I knew that I needed to be in a space that was going to keep me in a frequency that I desired to be in, especially in my creative self, because I'm writing. So I needed to do what I needed to do. So you might be making some sacrifices, but sometimes these sacrifices ain't sacrifices. They are, necessary for you to achieve the desired reality. You know what I'm saying? So, you just do what you do, and continue to move and flow with who you are in your purest authenticity, because you don't have any malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't have any malicious intent in terms of why I felt the need to just get up in that moment and do what I needed to do. I did that for self. I move in the contingency of self. I operate. That's why I'm very, very, yes, you driving, you got the steering wheel, you got the steering wheel, you steering and you drive, and you got control over over yourself and not, through the vibrational manipulations of others, right? And when you begin to understand things from an energetic perspective, it will bring more clarity. I put something in the channel with Kanye, various clips of Kanye really giving us the blueprint. He's another one that is a blueprint that you could probably utilize for yourself. Like I said, there's many different blueprints. Jay-Z is a blueprint on how he became a millionaire. Jay-Z is a blueprint on how he became a billionaire. And what he basically said is that everything that I told myself that I was going to do, I did. So the key essential thing is what you tell yourself is what your reality is going to present. Right? So when you begin to start telling yourself something different and being convicted by it, because yes, you're going to constantly get reminders around you in the old version of you or the version of you that you no longer want to experience, right? It's going to be around you because that's, like they say, they have a saying, I can take you out of the projects, but I can't take the projects out of you, right? They say these things, right? That is, because you fully integrated into that essence, and that experience. So yes, you're going to have things, be around you to remind you of it until you stay true to self and afford yourself a different reality by attuning, right? By, setting the intentions, right? Attuning, okay, to the frequency, or, honing in on the frequency. The thing is that you become fully integrated when you have fully attuned to the vibrational frequency to where that experience resides. But the only way to get there is that you have to see yourself worthy of being in that space. You can't be speculative because the speculation is going to stagnate. You got to know that this is who I am. I am that. I don't have to sit on the sidelines and watch other realities in admiration. I can be in that reality. So it's all about changing the mindset. That's why I have Changing the Mindset podcast. That's why I have Living Through Your Vision. Even if I don't get one single subscriber or whatever, the visionary is for me. So all of these things I have set in place for myself, right? And so for whoever wanted to join me in the process of it all, you are more than welcome to, subscribe to the channel to experience me. But shit, truth be told, I created those values for myself, right? And I'm offering a seat on the ship for those that want to ride this journey with me. But that don't mean that the ship ain't gonna disembark. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna disembark. You know what I'm saying? Whether if I'm not lone soldier on that motherfucker, it's gonna disembark. You understand what I'm saying? So, but those who want to ride with me, they are more than welcome to come up, be a part of the reality. But I set these intentions in solid foundations. Shit, I do a YouTube channel, I'll do a reel, I'll do whatever. A lot of times, people, I am doing it for other versions of me. It was all real, okay? I am doing it for other versions of me, but I'm also doing it for the essence that is in the creational value of it. And if you come along, you can come along. But if you ain't coming along, that don't mean I ain't gonna get along. I'm still gonna giddy up and go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not defined by anybody's, perspective of me. I'm really truly now honing into my own essence of how I see myself. And so I see myself as strong. I see myself as independent. I see myself as dependent as well, because, I depend on, a lot of things that, help me to become independent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's finding ebbs and flows and working the middle between the two. And so I'm grateful for the space that I'm in, and I'm grateful to have this, shared journey for those who are willing to, be in this space with me. I'm grateful for it, right? But, is anybody gonna stop my flow? Hell no. Shit, the only person that's gonna stop that flow is me. You feel me? And that's just the way it is. As long as I'm choosing to be in this space, I'd experience a material, the material world. There's nothing wrong with you wanting material things. Hell, you are here experiencing the material world. Why would you feel that you are less than to have opulence and everything? Opulence is a part, just like if you want a person that wants to be in nature. One of the things that I look at, I can't think of his name now. Got the mind and no. Oh shit. He's the owner of Virgin. Sir Richard. Dang, I can't think of his last name. He has opulence, but he still lives vibrationally on a low scale within opulence, within that tier of opulence, right? Like he has a trailer, but his trailer is by far like far different than the average trailer. So he still lives an opulent life, but on a lower end of what you would perceive someone of his caliber would have, right? And that's fine. You have chosen the material world to have a material experience, to create realities that afford you. Sir Richard Branson, I think it might be Mr. Overett. I'm not sure what his last name is, but I know he's the owner of Virgin Cruise, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Records. He's the owner of Virgin, and he's from England, or he's England descent, European. He's European. Okay. All right. And from what I hear, very kind and generous man. You know, I don't know him personally, but that's what I heard. That's the word on the curb. I don't know. Never experienced him in that way. But just, by visual conceptions that he places out there, he's very, he's very down to earth in that, in his own way, you know what I'm saying? But very opulently down to earth. Yeah, he did Shark Tank. I never knew him in Shark Tank though, Mr. Overett. I never knew him in that. I didn't know that. But nevertheless, some of the things that I've come in alignment with him, he seems to be a very nice person. And he has, they said when he launched his cruise line, he showed his face on several boats. He was there to introduce himself, and just very cavalier and casual. Nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, great day, Bill. Listen, you see it, me and you, okay? You only can see what you see, right? Yeah, what you have in yourself is what you see in me. Connect with Queen. Indeed, connect with Queen. Say, great day, billionaire. Indeed, great day, infinite energy one. I am so divinely grateful to have you. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency and seeing of me that also resides within you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Mr. Over says, yeah, all that money he would invest on Shark. Oh, okay. And I love philanthropy. And I saw his house in Hawaii on TV. Okay. I love philanthropy. One of the things that I says, like once I, get that lick, right? And I can see myself like helping everybody. Like that, because I do, that's my nature now. You know what I'm saying? At the mental mind, because a lot of times what people feel like, oh, helping somebody is when you tangibly, give them something. No, helping somebody also is energetic within the mental mind. So sometimes you don't necessarily have to like hand something out to them from a tangible perspective. In the mental plane, you can still assist them energetically too as well. So don't limit yourself to just a visual of tangibility. A lot of times people like to record themselves, feeding the homeless and everything like that. I feed the soul. Sometimes, you can, it does help to, do those things, but I move in darkness. That's where the dark aspect of me comes into my energetic mind, because I envision them healthy. I envision them in the desired reality. I envision them seeing confidence within themselves. I envision them being in a different space. To give you an example of what that looks like, yes, feed the soul, indeed, yes. And what that can give you a visual concept of what Michael Jackson did. Michael Jackson didn't see a homeless man in Billie Jean. He envisioned that man to be, an opulent man, or a wealthy man, or a well-to-do man, or what our perception of rich is, even though in the reality he didn't see him as poor. He saw him as a wealthy man in his mental mind. So, and he was just walking, and he didn't say a word to him, but his thought process when he saw that man, he saw the polar opposite of what the reality was presenting to him. So we saw an impoverished being and a homeless being in that video, but he saw a very wealthy man, a luminous man. You know what I'm saying? That was choosing to experience that reality. So a lot of times, I abundantly feed the soul from an energetic perspective, and I'll see you, envision you, and see you in a higher state, or see you in a higher mind, or see you healthy and whole and different things of that nature. And a lot of people don't take that as to be power, but it's very, very powerful, because the mental plane is where everything is created. That is the cause, and then it matriculates down into the physical plane, which is the effect. So so a man thinketh, so is he. However you conjure the energy within the mental, however you understand it, and conjure the yes to everything, because God is yes. God is yes to the murders. God is yes to the everlasting life. God is yes to it all. It is permissible. Everything is permissible. We matriculate in this society and give, Mr. Overett says, wow, such a deep interpretation of Billie Jean. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Overett. Yes. That's how I interpret it. And I feel, I'm going to cry. I'm not 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 going to cry. And I'm not going to cry. Yes, because, when we begin to see humanity as healed, our perception of what healed is, when we begin to see, like what I was taught to subscribe to, salutations, y'all, and these names, man. But I respect it. I respect it. Confunya Starable. Confun Star. All right, give me your name again, how I can just say that with ease, because baby, I am chopping and screwing up that name. But salutations. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. I'm so divinely grateful to have you, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, so that's why when we have to kind of somewhat decide now, as a person that is now taking ownership and responsibility of how I perceive my reality and understand my reality. When I no longer, begin to agree with racism and looking at myself as a double minority, all of the many different polarized versions of experiences that was there for me to be in agreement with. Because as long as I was in agreement with, and I focused in agreement with that reality externally being true, then that was what I am now, given authority for, all things to become relative to how I understand it, right? So I had to change me. I had to change my thought process about what racism is, right? I had to change my thought process about me being a sinner. I had to change my thought process, because remember, these were indoctrinated in me within this first 7 years of my clean slate coming into the reality being very impressionable. So these things were impressionated upon me coming into the realm, coming into this plane to experience and exist. Right? So I had all of these impressionations within, the first 7 years, because of the parenting, because of my environment, because of many different things. So these were all impressionated upon me. So now, as I become more aware, and now I've realized all of these impressionals that was upon me, understanding that now, okay, I'm creating the reality because of what has impressioned me. And remember, it's founded because you've grown up as from an adult, from a baby, a toddler, into adolescence and different things of that nature with those impressions, because we believe in our parents. We believe in the structure, that is taking care of us and different things of that nature, right? So we hold on to what we perceive as true of them. But you gotta let it go, because if it might be true for them, but it might not be true for you. But sometimes we are afraid to say, well, I don't want, the scrutiny that becomes along, the scrutiny that comes along with you truly, being true to self. A lot of people don't want to, experience that scrutiny, but you got to say, fuck that. Because if you're believing in realities, sometimes you look at your parents is this, your grandparents is that. And so the functionality for them to say, oh, in order to get out of that, you got to become a doctor, you got to become a lawyer, you got to become this, you got to become that. And you're looking at yourself and like, damn, shit, I don't really want to do that shit. But according to the structures of what this is, affording me, I guess I have to, because this is the only way that I'm going to get out of the reality, and all this other kind of stuff. So it's like you're going with the role of others instead of you doing it for yourself, which it's functional. It can happen, but shit, you know what I'm saying? That's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? And then you become conditioned. So, the thing of it is that, now I'm unconditional. All right, you become conditioned. When you become conditioned, it's because of the impression. And so if you don't let go of some of these impressions that is holding you and grounding you from realities that you don't want to experience, you got to let them go. You got to let them go, and it's okay to let them go. Mr. Over say, amen, hallelujah, gratitude, Mr. Over, and Confunya Star Rebel, okay, says facts to the wise message. I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm very grateful. And so, that's the thing. So we don't have to sit back and admire other vibrational beings, experiencing realities that we would love to have for ourselves. We just have to now say, oh, okay, I could get that too, right? I can be in that space. So what will afford me to have that reality? All right. So now let's say you got a product, right? And you're now starting to move into your authentic self, right? And so now you're going into your creation of value. You want to create something. You want to create a children's book. You want to create some shoes. You can draw. You have artistry. You want to write, do stick people or something like that. But you have a creative way of doing stick people. Let me explain something to you. Don't worry about whether or not if your shit is going to sell or not. Because what you're doing it because this is who you are. This is what you want to do. You want to put it out there for, public consumption. And trust me, if you got people that got feet fetish and they got eyelid fetishes and they got all kind of fetishes, why won't somebody have a fetish about your stick mans? You know what I'm saying? You can't operate from a mental mind saying, oh, these stick people is not going to sell. It's millions of other people that's doing stick people. No, you can't worry about that. Put your shit out there in confidence. And therefore you'll be amazed as to how much people will have admiration for what it is that you do. Right? You can't worry about the competition, the X or the next. You understand what I'm saying? Miss Galaxy says, set them free. Ah, look at you. Indeed. You get either you mean I'm telling them something that's going to set them free, or you got to let people go that doesn't serve you. You know what I'm saying? Whichever way, because these comments is coming all in delayed and everything. So sometimes I don't be knowing, what the comment is associated with, right? But yeah, so it's either you let them go. I don't know which way Miss Galaxy is saying, but she either is saying you either let them go, you let their asses go, or what I'm saying to you is there to release you from these conceptions that keeps you away from the desired reality. Mr. Over says, believe your true story, not his story of our right. And that goes for everything, Mr. Over. Indeed, believe in your story because you are creating the reality. And Miss Galaxy said, yes, let their ass go. Yeah, let their ass go. Let their ass go. Okay. Indeed. Right. Okay, I'm not going to stay on here too long because I got up early this rising so that I could get a head start on, doing my manuscript. But I really wanted to put out there that these realities you don't necessarily have to sit in admiration and admire people for how they're living and what it is that they're doing. You can definitely do it too. You just can't be worried about, like, I'm going to put my book out. The thing about it is I'm putting it out there. Whether one person buy it or nobody buy it or a gazillion people buy it. I'm taking the step to put my book out there. I'm taking the step to put other things out there. Right now, I'm up to 4 YouTube channels, right? Actually, I have 5, right? It's needed. Hi, Santa 2047, gratitude for your presence. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. I'm so divinely grateful, and welcome. Miss Galaxy said, it's needed in my truth to let him go for me to ascend. Yes, if that's how you have to, whatever it's going to take for you to get to the desired reality, if it makes sense for you to be in that, yes, 5 channels now, and not damn one of them got a damn subscriber yet, but that's all right. It'll eventually come to fruition. It's going to come to fruition. I just have to put it in. Thank you for the message this day within the Grand Rise, and I'm so divinely grateful, Star Rebel. Thank you for being here. Miss Galaxy says, felt held back before that. Oh, wow. And San says, hey, my dear, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I am doing absolutely amazing. Amazing. And I'm sharing that energy with you. I hope that you are doing amazing. That's weird. I've subscribed. Yeah, it ain't got, well, I've added 2 more, Mr. Overy. So if you go, and you know what's so interesting? They've taken the subscriber away from me. Like, they've taken the subscribers away from me. But that's okay. Not at all worried about it, because, you know, I posted a video on Divine Words of Wisdom channel, and a few people came on and said, welcome back. They were so glad to see that I've come back. So that was my motivation to maintain consistency with the channels and different things of that nature. So it's going to all come together. And once I figure out a formula, y'all know I'm finna share. Y'all know sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share. I'm going to share, because we don't have to be in competition. You're only experiencing competition. You don't really have to be in competition, because it's enough out there for everybody. For everybody. Right? That it's infinite, for God's sake. It's infinite. It's abundant, for God's sake. Like, it's enough out there for everybody. Nobody ain't got to be in competition with nobody. You think Burger King worried about McDonald's, or McDonald's worried about Burger King? They ain't worried about it. Shit, they on the same goddamn page. Okay, we're gonna sell it for $2.99, and you gonna sell it for $2.99. All right, we both gonna sell it for $2.99. You gonna have special sauce, and my sauce just gonna have a little bit of spice. They in collaboration with each other. We, at the lower mind, we sitting up here thinking they're in competition with each other, and they full throttle in collaboration with each other, because when they go up on their prices, they all go up on their prices and shit, right? They in full collaboration, okay? But while we around here thinking they in competition, I ain't in no goddamn competition with nobody, okay? Say it ain't so. Don't go anywhere. You've helped me so much. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. You can find. That's why I got 5 channels. You know what I'm saying? Or 4 right now. So if you guys go in my bio. Go in my bio here on Instagram, and all 4 channels are there. The 5th channel is not there yet, because I don't know what I'm going to do with that channel. I've had that channel for quite some time, but I never did anything with it. I really need your consideration. I really appreciate it if you can send me messages so that I can talk with you, my dear. I really appreciate that so much. Well, you know, I don't really do the DM thing, right? Because like I said, right now I'm laser focused on the things that I desire to do. So this is pretty much as I'm going to here. But I always put my videos up if you need reassurance of something, right? Something that I've said here. So I'm not really a DM person like that. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? Unless it really captures my attention and stuff like that. But most of the time, I'm not really a DM person. Okay. I have to be honest with you, because I don't want you to be sending me stuff and she be like, it's been about a month and she say nah, because I'm not really in tune to that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm grateful. Miss Galaxy says, I tell my son, he's 14, and my daughter 13. I said, Divine, my friends say it all the time, and it's true. You create your own reality. Your desires become what you see them as. I be repeating you just like, just a little bit, just a little bit, not like just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm grateful because you know why that stands out to you, Miss Galaxy, because deep down inside, buddy love, you know that to be true. You know that it's a truth to that. And it's not my truth, it's divine truth. That's divinity within, right? And so therefore that's why it's not Patrice saying it, it's the divine aspect of me that is sharing it. This information is afforded just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. This information is afforded to us all when we're ready to attune to it. And so therefore it's something deep down inside, buddy love is saying, yeah, you know, that resonates because it's universal. Anything that I say is universal, right? I may have my own little energetic imprint that kind of expresses it differently, but it's universal. It's no information is exclusive to somebody, to which a lot of times people that comes on these platforms, they say, oh, I got this information, and it makes it seem like it's exclusive to you. Nah, you just, brother, you or sister, you just vibrated into some essence of understanding. This is all universal information. Whenever you are ready to attune into that vibration to where that information reside, it will be there for you. Access granted. Hi, Mystical Monk. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, it resonate. Hi, Star Rebel. Star Rebel say, stars, I can't, all them emotion cards, I guess that was a magical moment of what I just said, right? Yeah, everybody has access to this thing. But the way that the universe has allocated access is when you are ready to vibrationally attune into it, right? And so it's universal. So a lot of what I say is already out there. There's a version of you that already know what it is. You just got to step into that role so that it can become clear and cogent. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. Everybody don't know nothing no more than what nobody else. And a lot of times, a lot of shit that you don't know is because deep down inside, buddy love, the soul has decided that that's not significant for you to become in alignment with, for it to be a part of your reality. So it's actually at a soul level, it's doing your ass a favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't know that shit. No, it was doing me a favor maybe at the time. As a reason why I didn't know it. And now that I've come into alignment of knowing it, you know, what am I going to do with it? Is it going to serve me, or am I going to collapse it? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, it's all about how you perceive it, the reality. Like I said, I perceived my husband as a stepping stool. I perceived my husband as rising as a statement that showed my growth because I wasn't triggered. You know what I'm saying? So because I wasn't, so he thought he was doing something. Oh, you're just going to get up and just go and you ain't going to do nothing in the house and getting up so early. You're just going to get up and just go. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, in my mind, like, hell yeah. You know, I ain't, but I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word because the truth of the matter is that he doesn't define my frequency, right? So because he was in a vibration, right, to where his execution of what he was saying was that of insecurity and of certainty, right? Insecurity, uncertainty, and lack. And because I am now aware of that vibrational realm, I understood that he meant well. I understood that, you know, he doesn't mean any harm, but that's just where he's at with himself, right? So I respect the space that he's at, but I don't have to go there. I don't have to go there, especially if it's not a vibrational space that is going to afford me the reality that I truly want to experience. So there are so many benefits in that reality or that experience to which I could walk away from the experience from, right? I could either look at it how it served me, or I could look at it and demote myself into a vibration and be like, yeah, that was some bullshit. Like I do that too. I have ebb and flows. You'll hear me on here sometime and be like, that's some bullshit, right? Mr. Over said, Star Rebel said, facts, okay? And Mr. Over said, hell yeah, I would let things fall on deaf ears so fast. I'm good. I'm so good for that. Yes, right? You know, because it's not, you got to ask yourself, okay, is this serving me? And he didn't. But I get where he's coming from. He's like, where the hell is she going this early in the morning? That's what he really want to stay. Instead of asking me, you know, he knew I was going to the beach, but I said I was going to the beach, but there's still some insecurities there for whatever the reasons are. And I recognize that, but I don't have to swim in that ocean. I don't have to swim in that part of the ocean where a lot of the I have my own insecurities that I got to deal with, that I'm working on myself. I don't need to afford myself anymore or take on other people's insecurities or that frequency of it. And it keeps me in a dilemma that I don't prefer. You know what I'm saying? So you when you start working with energy, you begin to when you know better, you begin to do better. You begin to pick, choose, and refuse wisely, right? You know, that's what you do. Hi, Your Highness. Miss Alice, she said exactly. Hi, Your Highness. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency. I'm so divinely grateful to have you, and welcome. Sam says, like, it is so sad for me and my younger brother and sister for the situation we are facing since we lost our parents. Things started to get hard for me and my two little siblings here in Gambia. Well, the thing about that is this, right? Whatever you tell yourself is whatever you are in agreement with, right? That is what's going to happen. Okay. And because the energy, the creational value of the energy, is so strong, it's immortal. It is creation energy. So it's very powerful. So even though we are living in an illusion, it's a very believable and viable illusion that is designed for it to feel so real because we are here and we have emotion. But if you begin to tell yourself something different, But the thing about it, even though you're telling yourself something different to create a reality, you have to believe that it's true, regardless of what the external is showing you. So you have to sit down with self and say, okay, I'm the change of this reality. I understand what this reality is presenting to me, right? But I know that I don't have to sit on the sideline in admiration. I have the power that is vested within me to change this reality. A lot of times people feel like begging for somebody for money and begging for somebody. That only solidifies the mental fortitude of lack, that you yourself don't have the ability to change the reality yourself, because you're looking for someone external to change that reality for you, right? But you are the creator of the reality by how you perceptualize and internalize your now moment. Right? I can give you fish all day long, but if I teach you how to fish for yourself, you will have it for a lifetime. Right? Because giving, like a lot of times people say, give God like a cheerful giver. Yes, but I want to teach you. Like my mythology right now is not to just say such and such X, Y, and Z and give. My mythology is, when I'm giving you something, I'm teaching you to be independent. I'm teaching you to be able to see the value of yourself. I'm not even teaching. I'm reminding you. I'm reminding you of who you are in power. All right? I'm reminding you of who you are in power. And I still give. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with giving or whatever. But even when I give to homeless people and I get them like, okay, get it together. You are creating this reality by how you see yourself. And I walk away from the experience telling them I see a beautiful person. Right? I see a very strong, powerful individual. I speak life into them. People don't realize when you start speaking life, that is currency. That's energetic currency. Not, a lot of people want the money or whatever, tangibility, because they're so engrossed into the material world. Right? But I speak to the soul. I give currency to the soul. Okay? I'm going to speak life. My breath of life is going to speak unto you. I'm going to see you in power even when you don't realize that you are. Right? I'm going to remind you. I'm going to be that little bird reminding you that, yes. Right? When I come here, I look at it like messages I need to receive to remember and conclude my truth, because I love your perspective. I'm so divinely grateful, Miss Galaxy. And San says, that's why I really need your consideration so much. I'm so divinely grateful. I'm so divinely grateful, because a lot of times, I remember being in a space when I was seeking self through other versions of self externally. I wasn't looking to be told what to do. I wanted clarity of what I could do for myself. That was my intentions, right? I realized that I was seeking to understand myself within myself, but it wasn't until I decided to have conversations with myself in order to understand myself. It wasn't until I did the very thing that people tell you not to do. Don't talk to yourself and don't answer back. Well, I'm like, shit, well, I'm going to have to talk to myself and answer back, because, that's who I need to converse with, right? In order to really get a sense of understanding of who I am. And why my reality is presenting itself the way that it is, because it's entirely because of me. The people that is around me now is only in agreement to give me a reality that I am in an agreement to experience. That's what the co-creation is, that, you and you are co-creating with me to give me the reality that I am in agreement with. So until I change me, my co-creations, my co-creator that through divine unconditional love is coming to draw all men unto me, to give me the reality. Until I change me, my cast is not going to change, because it's only through divine unconditional love. If you want to experience an asshole, I'll be that asshole so you to experience through divine unconditional love. I love you so much, I will play that role to be the asshole that you are in agreement to experience. Pick me. I love the asshole role. You understand what I'm saying? That's what your cast member do. They through divine unconditional love, they say, okay, I'll be that person, or I'll be that experience for that divine essence. So that divine essence can experience itself in that way. Okay? So in order for my cast to change, now I got to change how I understand the relative reality. So I can't call myself things are hard, things are difficult, things are this, things are that. Because guess what? There's somebody through divine unconditional love. There's a soul essence that's waiting For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. There are so many divines that is through divine unconditional love is awaiting to be what it needs to be to give me that experience through divine unconditional love. Even though they're an asshole, even though they talk down, even though they you ready to throw their ass in the damn river somewhere, right? Through divine unconditional love, you wanted to experience that because you are in agreement with it, with how you see yourself, how you understand and perceptualize your reality. So you're going to draw all men unto you through divine unconditional love so that you can experience what you are in agreement to experience by how you understand yourself and how you understand your now moment, your relative, what you have made relative in your reality. When you begin to take ownership and responsibility for your divine essence of creation, because you are a creator, you are co-creating in a reality that at some level you're in agreement with. And nobody ain't gonna tell y'all the shit that I'm telling y'all. They really tell y'all some other shit. Nobody ain't telling you how to choose self. They want to be, I'm Tahuti, I'm this, I'm that, and I know this, I know that. Yeah, you know this for you, but what is my story? What am I telling myself that ultimately that I'm experiencing? Because I am just the same Tahuti that you are, or the same thought that you are. I have the same energy as you. I'm operating from the same etheric energy as a cosmic being. It's how I see myself as to why I'm experiencing the reality in the manner to which I am. I am here to teach you how to fish. I am here to teach you and remind you of the power that is vested within you deep down inside Buddy Love. That's why I love Neuro Knowledge so much. Even though, he got his little hustle and everything, but he's giving cosmic information as a young 20-something-year-old young man that's only been in this realm for 22 years or whatever the case may be. But he comes with such deep and profound sense of understanding of self. All right? So it's not even about age. He's not even 50, 60, 70, what our perception of wise is. That's a myth. It could come as young as a baby coming out of the womb, right? It could come in a 19-year-old, it could come in a 15-year-old, as we are so seeing that wisdom does not have any age. It's not defined by age. Even though this realm want to say you got to get old in order to be wise. That's a whole nother level of understanding, right? San says, exactly. And Star Rebel say, real talk. Your Highness says, yep. Love the way you break it down to where it's understandable. I'm so divinely grateful, Your Highness. And Star Rebel says, facts. And Mr. Over says, facts. Precious. Yeah, these youngins are coming in, man. They coming in letting y'all know, all right, age ain't nothing but a number. Throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. They let you know age ain't nothing but a goddamn number. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yes, Rebel is timeless. Indeed. They're coming in with a timeless perception. And that's why a lot of these, I had somebody to say to me that, Benjamin Button on that ass. Okay, reversing the polarity. Indeed. Right? And they're coming with an essence of wisdom if we sit down and we have a conversation, right? If we take the time to listen, right? Listen to other versions of selves and the wisdom that can be afforded as a result of us doing so. So, you guys, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Just know that I divinely love you guys, infinitely so. To not love you is to not love myself. So I love me some me. A lot of folks, I love me some me. So I love me some me. I love y'all just the same, right? But you don't have to sit on the sidelines in admiration. And you know, a lot of what I say here, I'm going to be putting in my book and different things of that nature, so that there could be something tangible, you know, for those who are, you know, wanting to just have something to refer back to. But I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do my book. I'm just going to be me. It's going to be so, I'm going to be just like Bob Marley. You're going to see my face until you get tired of it. My face is going to be everywhere. And what I mean by my face, my imprint, my energetic imprint, my essence, right? Bob Marley said you're going to see my face, and look at him. Every time you see one of the Marleys, there's some people that look like Marleys, and you know, he said you're going to see my face until you're tired. You know, you think you're getting rid of me, but you're not. Because I'm eternal. I am an infinite being. I'm a cosmic being. I am both the light and the dark. I go into the mental plane all the time to feed the soul, right? To feed the soul of others. Right? Because I understand that, you know, when you tangibly give people money and different things of that nature, that's a quick fix for the moment. But when you move from an eternal essence, and you visualize these beautiful beings in a reality, when they're ready to, you know, migrate and vibrate into that space, and you already see them there, not only do you send out signals for them to capture and to hold on to their essence, but then you too also begin to create a reality where that then now becomes a reality for you. So there's so much power in moving and experiencing and creating at a soul level in darkness. So I create in the darkness all the time. I move into the essence of my darkness, or what is perceived to be darkness, all the time. I envision, you know, the realities that I want to see of others, the successes of others all the time, the healing of others. Because to envision the healing of others is to also envision the healing of myself. To envision the healing of this world is going to heal me as well, because then I'm going to experience a world that is healed. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm creating that experience vibrationally for myself to experience. It's taking ownership, responsibility for the divine essence and the divine cosmic being that you are, that is creational and co-creational, that is creating the reality. I see myself in power. It's not what you call me, it's what I tell myself, because I created you to be in my space. I created you to be in my space. You, for God so loved the world, you loved me enough to co-create in a reality, to be in a space with me. I drew you energetically into my space to give me a reality, for me to experience, for that experience to help me expand my consciousness. You see the difference? And guess what? If I'm saying that this is what I'm doing, guess what you can do too? You're doing it too. Some of y'all just ain't aware that that's what you're doing, but you're doing it. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're doing it. You're creating, whether you're aware of it or not. You, the power structure of your reality, of how it's presented itself to you, whether you are aware of it or not. And when you become aware of it now, that's the game changer, state of awareness. Because when you know better, you start doing better. When you understand things, you start cleaning up your words and stuff. You're like, oh, I ain't finna say that about myself, because damn, shit, I'm creating this shit, and I don't want to draw that. I don't want somebody that's ready to take that role to come into the midst of the equation to give me that experience. Because, honey, we stay ready. There are versions of us that stay ready to occupy the space of a role, right? To make themselves, have purpose. Because everything has purpose. Every jackrabbit thing got purpose. The birds, the bees, the cabinets, and the trees, they all got purpose. Everything is divine. Everything is divine. That car over here, this car that I'm driving, everything is divine, because it started out in the unseen and manifested itself to be materialized, to be experienced. You see how that goes? Right? Your Highness says repetition is how we learn. Yes, that's one of the ways. And being is how we begin to afford the reality, by states of being. The many different states of being. So you have to choose your state of being for the reality to become what it needs to be for you, or whatever the desired reality is. You have to become it so that you can experience it. right? Because your being is the experience, right? That's when you now have fully integrated, your being has fully integrated into the experience. Yes, indeed, just be. Sand says, I was going to school before I lost my parents, but now not in school either. My siblings just struggling. Well, you know, the thing about Sand, I can't tell you what to do, but, you know, see yourself in a better light. I understand what the creation that has already been created is showing you, but you have the power to change that. So when you begin to see the light, the eternal light, the thing of it is that I want to give you guys a visual. Okay, so we're walking through darkness, right? And so anytime somebody able to walk through darkness, that's not really a bad thing if you know your way around darkness. But we do have this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. So when you decide to turn on your light, then you'll be able to see things clearly. I think a lot of times when we stay in darkness or whatever the case may be, we forgot that we have our eternal light and we can turn it on so that things can reveal itself for itself. Okay, so just turn on your internal light. It's always on. You just forgot that it is, so that it reveal things for you, so that you could begin to alter the course of how your reality is. Right? So, you know, like I said, you know, you are who you are and what you choose to be and how you choose to be. And start seeing yourself in power, and the value of that will begin to create itself to be a valuable experience for you. Okay. All right, you guys. So with that being said, I hope that you guys, like I say, set your intentions and pay with your attention, right? Just like Neuro Knowledge says, attention is God's currency. It's abundant. All right. It's abundant. So it comes in alignment with wherever attention goes, energy flows. So energy is abundant. So when you're paying in currency with your attention with an A, you set the intention, become laser focused, and you set you're paying it with your attention, right? And then now you emotionally charge it with how you feel about what it is that you're setting the intentions of. Now, when you begin to set the intentions and pay for it with your attention, right? When you do that, ask yourself how you emotionally feel about it. Because if you have some level of uncertainty about what you have set your intentions and paid in currency with your attention, and you still feel unsure on whether or not if you're worthy for that reality, you got to do some checks. You got to do some checks and balances, right? Because that energy is going to amplify how that reality is going to present itself to you when you manifest it in the material world. Okay? Emotion. So if you want to be wealthy, you got to have the emotion that you are already rich, you are already wealthy. There is no doubt about it, unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt. No matter what you have already materialized, it's showing you that's a thing of the past. That's a thing of the past. You understand that, yeah, I created the shit, but you know, that's on the back burner now. I'm on to different things. And because you know that, yes, it's ugly, like my husband, right? My husband was ugly this morning. Because you know why he was ugly? Because he was a reminder of who I no longer am vibrationally. Okay? Right? I already fed, wealthy, rich. That's right. And you got to believe that it's true. You got to know that it's true. And that's when your creative juices will start flowing. You'll start making shit. Hell, you'll start crocheting shit. And then you'll get you an Etsy store or some shit. You don't care nothing about Etsy charging 20% or Amazon charging 50%. You don't care nothing about that shit. Whatever's clever. You just doing what you're doing. And then your creative stuff. So things that you like to do. Hell, you could color something and put it on there. There is something out there for everybody, right? But it's you, the being, right? It's if you think it's valuable, then is there somebody out there that is in alignment with your value that's going to think that is valuable too? When Beyonce put stuff out there, products out there, and everything, she set the tone. She said that my shit valuable. She don't care who like it or not. Now she's Beyonce, don't get me wrong. So you know it is what it is. It's gonna sell shit. I'll never forget when Erykah Badu sold incense with the scent of her JJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, y'all around here worried about, She sold incense that burned the scent of her vajayjay. Because she believed that her vajayjay is the cosmic, okay? And she sold, and people bought it. All right? So you limit yourself by how you see in yourself. You can't place no limitation on yourself. Hi, Nisi B. I know I'm saying it wrong. Please do not charge my heart. I know I'm saying it wrong, but Nisi Biz, I think. Thank you. The gratitude for your present. Thank you for divinely tuning in. I'm so divinely grateful. Yes, Miss Galaxy bought it all up. Sold out. Okay? So if you limit yourself, you will experience limitation. If you feel that you are poor, you will experience poor. There's going to be every situation, circumstances, everything. The universe is going to co-create and co-conspire with you. Draw all men unto you through divine unconditional love to give you a reality that you are in agreement with. Agreement. You're going to be like, I ain't in agreement with. Oh, yes, you will, because you tell yourself you're poor every day. You tell yourself, I ain't got no money. You tell yourself, I can't do this. I can't do that. Right? You tell yourself, it's hard out there. You tell yourself I'm starving. You tell yourself all kind of shit. You are in agreement with it, even when you don't want to experience it. You tell yourself every day, but it's a reality. Changed it then. Divine cosmic being. Change it. So a man thinketh, so is he. Change it. Stop looking for everybody to do shit for you. Do for yourself. You are powerful. Stop letting everybody, even me, don't listen to me. Listen to yourself. I'm only exempling how I talk to myself. And I'm showing that example to you so that you can feel empowered and encouraged to talk to yourself and tell you what it is that you want to experience. That's all I'm here to do. I don't even want you to take my experience and say, oh, I'm going to do exactly what Divine is doing. No, because Divine and you have two different energetic imprints for a reason. I'm only here to example what it looks like to know thyself. Whatever that may commit itself to be or afford itself to be for you. Know thyself. That's it. Not to be like Divine and do exactly like Divine doing and everything like that shit. Most of y'all, I tore up some damn cheesecake and a damn cookie yesterday, knowing good and goddamn well. And most of y'all like watching y'all figure. Y'all ain't gonna do everything that I do. And some of y'all ain't gonna eat no cheesecake and no cookie all at the same time. I tore that crumble shit up. It was crumbles I went on there yesterday. And some of y'all watching y'all die. Y'all ain't gonna do everything Divine Words of Wisdom do or Patrice do. Right? You're gonna do what you wanna do. Know thyself. Yes. And know the power that comes along with it. Jay-Z said, the blueprint is there. I did what I said, everything that I said that I was going to do. Kanye says, look at us, I'm sending y'all blueprints. Kanye says it's in the music. Okay? You. So stop telling yourself I'm hungry. I start telling yourself, okay, I created this reality, right? Because of how I believed in it. Okay, I acknowledge it. I'm not dismissing it because it's a divine creation. Me being hungry, me being poor, me being this, me being that. That's a divine creation. No matter how fucked up it feels, it's still got the essence of divine unconditional love for you to experience that reality. It's a divine creation. So just like I'm in agreement with this, I can be in agreement where I'm never starving. My belly is always full. Because in power, I have the ability to change the course of the reality. Because in power, I have the ability to draw all men unto me. for the desired reality, because I am convicted and convinced and confident that I have the ability to do so. So yes, I have connections, aligned connections that's going to afford me the desired reality. It's real out there, folks. A song came into alignment with me yesterday out of nowhere. Never seen this song before. And you know what? I something say that song right there, right? And I picked that song. You know, you guys listening to it today on that reel, Inner Vision. Listen to it. Listen to the words and the lyrics. You don't even have to go to the reel. Go to the song itself, whether you got Apple Music or YouTube Music, and go to the song itself and listen to the lyrics. I came in alignment with that without even ever knowing that artist, never heard that song before, never, and something told me to touch that. You will become in alignment with who you are. And I don't mean to get loud, y'all, because I be going back on these videos and I'm like, damn, I sound like I'm a soccer mom or something, or so, you know, a coach or something and everything. But I can't help it because I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate about how I feel. But I'm not angry. I'm just very, very passionate, right? I've had the same anomaly. Yes, Miss Galaxy. The universe is going to show you who you are. So if you don't like what that mirror is saying, you can change it, baby. Shit, I went in the mirror one time. I had a little, like right now, I had a little hair out of place because the mirror showed me that I had some hair out of place. So what I did, I changed it. And I went and got some gel and slicked it down. You can change the shit. So the mirror can reflect what it is that you want to see. You can change it. I know when y'all look at the damn mirror and stuff like, oh, I gotta get this together. Shit, it's out of place. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You get that mirror, and that mirror and help you get it together. It help you get all the way together. So look at all these people around you as a reflection of you. If you don't lie, if you don't like that shit, you got to get it together. When Jay-Z was in the projects, everybody reflected the projects. When Jay-Z started making different decisions, then he started getting in front of them damn, other folk, right? His whole reflection began to transform because he began to transform. So that's why a lot of folks, that's why when Nipsey Hussle stayed in the hood and everything, because he wanted to be dedicated to his set. But when you transform, things transform around you. But he chose to maintain, he still chose to go into realities, vibrational realities that no longer reflected who he was because of his commitment and dedication to that world, to that reality. But Jay-Z said, no, this is the reflection that I want to see. This is the transformation. So no, he's not going back into certain spaces that he has transformed out of. I don't blame him for that, because the mirror is reflecting who you are. So if you got a hair out of place and you want people to reflect who you are, then people around you is that mirror. Is that mirror. And if you don't like the reflection of that shit, you got to change it. We in the mirror every day trying to make sure our fit right, our hair right, and all this other kind of stuff. The mirror is saying that if you are taking the time to look in the mirror, to look at yourself, then people are a reflection of you. And if you don't like what you see and you want to move in a different calibration of energy, you got to change you in order for the reflection of you to show the change. All men, drawing all men unto me is my reflection. Through divine unconditional love, they have chosen to co-create with me a reality so that I can experience the reality, the reflection of me. All right? All right. I love you guys immensely. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful remainder of your day. And go and subscribe to my channels, right? It's in my descriptions. Divine Words of Wisdom, of course, right? Divine Words of Wisdom Official. Living Through Your Vision Official, that's on there. Changing of the Mindset is on there, right? And Definite Solutions, right? All 4 channels are in my bio. I love y'all too. For real, for real. For real, for real, for real. I love you guys too. I'm so divinely grateful. You have a beautiful Sunday too. I'm grateful. And thank you guys for all of your love and your support. And thank you for being here in synergy with me. I'm so divinely grateful. And thank you, Mr. Alvarez, my beautiful friend. I love you guys. Okay, right away, I will. I'm so grateful. Thank you, son. I'm so divinely grateful. I love you guys. Miss Galaxy girl, my sis, I love you too. Your Highness, all of each and every one of you that is here. I love each and every one of you, Mr. Overhead, Miss Galaxy, Your Highness 369, Son, Nisi B, Joy, Say It Ain't So, Star Rebel. I never can say. Each and every one of you guys, I love you guys immensely. Thank you for divinely tuning into my frequency and synergy. And have an amazing, beautiful remainder of your day. Mwah. I love you guys. Much love to you, Your Highness. All right, guys. Later.